Kingdom Life is a classic Roblox game that was made by Bootbot in 2009. I'm currently playing the remake that was created by the studio Age of Reclamation. Now, in this guide, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the game in order to PvP, make potions, and whatever else you may or may not know you needed. So, come with me, and let's explore the mysteries of Kingdom Life 2. So, to start off, potions and how to make them. First, go into your inventory and put the alchemy in your hotbar. Then select it. As you can see, I can now highlight all of these ingredients. The first potion we're going to make is going to be a health potion. So you're going to get a holy water and tap the cauldron. Then herbs and tap the cauldron. And then a flask and tap the cauldron. And there you go, a health potion. You drink it and you get healed. Now, let's talk about speed potions. Get Dragon Spit, tap the cauldron, Golem Rock, tap the cauldron, and then a flask. It's always going to end with a flask. 2 ingredients, then a flask. As you can see, I can now run quite fast. Okay, the next item is going to be jump potions. You're going to need to get Dragon Spit, tap the cauldron, herbs, tap the cauldron, and then a flask. Now, you can jump pretty high. This will allow you to get over castle gates and all sorts of other annoying stuff. Okay, we've seen all the positive potions. Now it's time to get into negative potions. First up, the freeze potion. Holy water, golem rock, and flask. It's pretty self-explanatory. You drink it, and you get stuck in a block of ice. And as you can see, I cannot move. Let's just wait to get out. Okay, there we go. Don't hit me. Okay. Anyways, next up is poison. So, Basilic's Venom, herbs, flask, and then you got the poison potion. Drink that. And as you can see, your health goes down pretty quickly. It takes you down to about 43 if you're a knight. Okay, now the love potion. You're going to need heart dust, herbs, and as always, a flask. The love potion doesn't do anything, it's just for role-playing and story purposes. Okay, now we're going to move on to the burn potion. You're going to get black tar, golem rock, and flask. It does about the same damage as a poison potion, and they're basically identical. The only difference is the animation. As you can see, I'm burning. Ideally, you'll use the burn potion and other negative potions to hurt others. You can do this by pressing backspace to drop them, and you can drop almost any potion. Now let's move on to the death potion. Black tar, bag of dirt, and there you go, death potion. This is the only potion you cannot drop, and you'll see why. When you drink it, your character will start to slow down, as I am right now. Then they'll fall over, and instant death, no matter what your health is. Anyways, that's all the potions. Let's move on to the next section. Okay, PvP. So, PvP and roleplay are 2 different settings, and I'm going to show you the differences and maybe a few things you didn't know about them. So, PvP, as you can see, I'm going to show you what PvP does first. So I'll turn that on. And I'll be able to damage other players, like this. Oh. Okay, let's just ignore that, and let's move on to roleplay. And take a while. Okay. Let me select night again. This time I'll go for roleplay. It's taking a while to find someone to be able to hit. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I turned on roleplay, and as you can see, I cannot damage this knight. And I'm also immune to any attacks. So basically, this turns off PvP for you. But what if you accidentally clicked roleplay, or you want to switch to PvP, but you don't want to reset? Well, there's one thing you can do. You can go to any throne in the game, be it the one in the Dark World or the castle, and when you sit on it, you will be switched to PvP. And now, I'll attack the same people as before, and let's see if it worked. Okay, it worked. I can now attack these people. So PvP was turned on. This is a pretty useful feature that a lot of new players don't know about. Anyways, that's all you need to know about PvP in roleplay mode. Okay, now let's talk about the different characters. The first we're going to talk about is going to be the King, the Elf King, and the Dark Lord. These three are all identical. The only thing different is cosmetics. So, for these three, there can only be one person at a time, so you'll have to wait for one of them to die before you can take the role. Also, they can all do 10 damage with their swords, which most of the other characters cannot do. And finally, they all have regeneration. Now let's move on to the elites. You've got the Elite Knight, the Undead Elite, and the Elf Elite. These do not have regeneration, but they do have 10 damage swords. And to my knowledge, they're the only other character that naturally spawns with them. Anyways, that's all I really need to know. Pretty basic stuff. Let's just go on to the next section. So, in this section, I'm going to reveal a lot of secret areas. But before I do that, I'd like to say that exploration and finding these places for yourself is a lot more rewarding and fun. So if you want to go do that, skip to the next section of this video. Anyways, let's get into it. First off, the underground bar. This is where assassins spawn, and you can have a really good time here, maybe like a secret meeting, or if you just want to be cool, you can go there. It's found right outside the edge of the forest by this house. Next up, the campsite. This place is pretty cool. It's got a bit of an eerie atmosphere, but also a comforting one. And it's also a great place to hide if someone's trying to hunt you down and kill you, which can often happen. If you want to go here, it's in the part of the forest that's right next to the mountain. You can't miss it. Now, let's go somewhere else. So, you might say this place isn't that secret, but what it is a great hiding place. You go in here, I really doubt that anyone's going to find you. So it's pretty useful. Anyways, let's move on. Now we have this creepy fire and brimstone place. This is really just a cool place to do whatever you want. Maybe do a little story or something. And if you want to go here, what you do is you go to the graveyard and you go inside this house and you'll step in that coffin right there. And if you go around the back, you'll find this hidden area in the roof of the house. This place is pretty neat. It's pretty impossible to tell if anyone's in there, and I found this completely by accident. So you're going to be pretty safe inside this little area up there. Okay, next up, little area inside the castle. You see this staircase? Well, you can go through it, and it leads to this meeting room. This place is pretty cool. It's an amazing place to talk or do a meeting about anything, and I see people go here all the time. Finally, we've got the Dragon Cave. This is an area behind the church, directly behind it, and you might wonder, what's so secret about this place compared to all the others? Well, if you go all the way down the tunnel, you'll find this hidden little area. And if you jump right here, you'll find an amazing secret cave with a complete statue of the original creator. Now, there is another secret here, but I'm going to leave you to find that one. Okay, with secret areas out of the way, it's time for me to tell you all about the random stuff I know about this game that you may or may not find useful. Let's get on with it. First up, beds. If you find a double bed and sit on the side facing the wall, you become invincible. No one with a sword can hit you or damage you. This is incredibly useful when you're being hunted down and just need a break. However, people with bows can still hit you, so there is a downside to this. Next up, the portal glitch that instant kills you. Normally, portals work fine. I walk through, come out the other side, still good, still nice. But if you jump through, look what happens. I'm dead. So why does this happen? Well, when you jump into a portal, the game thinks you fall all the way from the portal to wherever you land. And this works with all portals. Let's take a look at the dungeon portal, for instance. Okay. Well, I survived that time. There we go. So sometimes it doesn't always happen, but usually it's just safe to walk through the portal and not jump in it. Same goes for the cemetery portal too. You jump in and you die. This is one of the places that kill people the most. I don't know why, but it's killed so many people. There's also a funny thing you do with the castle gate where if you stand where it's going to fall, you will get crushed by it and forced into the ground. And you can stay this way if you do it right, even when the gate is opened. So as you can see, it can be kind of funny. People come and make a few comments about it. But how do you get out? Well, it's pretty simple. Just take your sword, swing it, and you're free. Now let's move on. Okay, let's say someone chased you all the way up the tower, and now you have nowhere else to go. What do? Well, if you're a king or have some health potions, you can drop down onto these ledges, and you'll be able to survive the fall. Now, this usually works if you have health potions, so be sure you have those before you do this. But it's a pretty neat way to escape a would-be killer. Say the castle gate is closed and you have no way in. Or maybe they won't let you in. Bummer. What do? Well, you could get a jump potion or reset. Or, if you want to take the quick option, you can go through this little secret passage on the side. Normally, you have to use your sword and turn it on and off rapidly to get inside, but for some reason, I can just walk through this time. Anyways, it's pretty cool. You can go through this little hole, and you will make it to the other side of the castle. It's pretty neat, and I think you should try it. Next up, getting onto the roof of village houses. You can go onto these little storefronts, or these little vendor shops, and you can use them to get up onto the roofs of the houses. This is pretty cool and pretty useful if you're being chased, again, or if you just want to get up on the houses and have some fun. This works with almost all of them, and it's just a pretty fun thing to practice and get good at. Next up, the green teleporter. Who can use it and who can't? I can't, because I'm a knight. So who can? Well, the only class that can use the green teleporter is elves. So I'll reset. I'll become an elf. And I can now walk through the green teleporter. This is the only difference between the elves and everything else. Okay, this last fact I have used countless times and has helped me out of countless situations. So, let's say you're a threat to the kingdom or someone in power, and they lock you in the dungeon. Most people would just have to reset or hope someone saves them. But, if you go up to the door and you position your camera around like that, you can make it to the other side and click the button to free yourself. I'll show you again. You press your face against the door, you swing the camera around the other side, and you can press the button to get out. It takes some practice, but it's worth learning as it can help you escape some tricky situations. And that's everything you need to know about Kingdom Life 2. There's nothing else I can really tell you that won't be boring or pointless, so I hope you enjoyed the guide and you'll use it for all your playthroughs of Kingdom Life. And with that, goodbye.